So today we have a video by the one and only Tyler, and apparently this man broke One Piece scaling. And this dude's thumbnail, not this dude, Tyler's thumbnail is Crocodile. So apparently Crocodile broke the One Piece scaling, which it doesn't even make sense because it's Crocodile. He hasn't shown anything like impressive, in all honesty. Let's be realistic. And yeah, with that being said, let's see what he has to say. Check it out. Oh.
This man broke One Piece scaling.
See?
After seeing the recent video cards that Crocodile is now a confirmed hockey user, today I wanted to discuss not only how he slept on regarding his scaling, but also why he in retrospect is a perfect addition to the series and why he to me will remain as one of the biggest menaces within the One Piece
no, he
world.
was.
Think of this video more so as a breakdown of Crocodile's
DPI. Like, dude, his character in Alabasta, flawless. I loved him. And which I still stand by this. Luffy should have died. This is plumber through the roof. I don't think that he should be alive because he had a whole hook in his chest. And if I got hooked, I would die. That means if Luffy got hooked, then he would die. So yeah, it doesn't make sense, but I love Crocodile as a character, personally. Because Alabasta was one of my favorite arcs because Ace was there. Smoker was there. Oh, Smoker, man. I miss him. Smoker was there. And Crocodile.
power
And Mr. Prince.
Character. If you want more analysis like this on other One Piece related characters, let me know down in the comments who do you like to see next. Now, even before Alabasta, we know Crocodile started his journey back around when Whitebeard was still in his prime.
Right.
We know Crocodile attempted to fight him, which went about as well as you'd think, and yet despite this, Crocodile continued his...
at least he was about that, because most people, they would not... if I'm looking back, I'm making sure my mic doesn't disconnect, because my mic has a loose cord. So I'm looking to right a lot, then that's why. But yeah, he has some balls for doing that because it's Whitebeard. And hey, he ain't taking no for an answer.
His journey and even built up a crew called Baroque Warriors, a group composed of some of the deadliest warriors within the One Piece world. Crocodile would be the strongest of his crew, with the power system of his crew being number-based. So since he's Mr. Zero, he's pretty much the #1 threat of the crew. And for reference, this would mean characters like Mr. One, who pushed Zoro beyond his limits, and arguably made him use Haki, was already on par with Luffy going into this fight, would be below Crocodile's capabilities. He possesses the Logia-type devil fruit known as the Sand fruit. This allows him to turn his very body into sand, making him intangible and virtually impossible to hit without the use of Haki.
And broken. Like, broken's literally suck you dry. Like, he does that once, you're dead. What can you do about it? Literally nothing. But I don't think it works on, stronger characters, because that would be... he is the strongest, because Haki, you use armament, you can't get sucked dry. So I would say anybody that can't use Haki, he pretty much one-shots. In reality,
Haki or specific cases like water. With his fruit, he can not only produce and manipulate the element of sand, but he himself can turn things into sand by absorbing the moisture around him. If Crocodile is able to catch you with this specific hand, then he would just absorb the water from your body, turn...
Bro, he's like the literal toucher. He's like, oh, I'm gonna make you dry. Yeah, like you gotta be careful when it comes to Crocodile, because this dude's he's a menace. So be careful with these nasty hands. And he has rings on 4 fingers. Yeah, be wary.
Turning you into dust. These abilities specifically are broken because of the fact that Crocodile was introduced early on in the series, and no one really had access to Haki by this point in time. And right now, I am kind of gassing up Crocodile or making it seem like he's very impressive, but a lot of you are probably wondering, Tyler, if he is so broken, how did he lose to a Luffy who didn't discover his gear transformations yet?
That's not
funny.
Now,
when I was first scaling One Piece, this was one of the big things that people would ask about. And this fight, in my opinion, I feel like a lot of fans ignore context and just use the fact that, oh, well, Luffy didn't have gears yet, and he gets gears later on, so Crocodile sucks. But if you actually paid attention and read the fight, Crocodile didn't really struggle with Luffy until their last encounter.
Like, he didn't at all. I think what got him was, he got caught off guard by the blood thing. That's it. But, Luffy lost every single time. I still stand by this. I literally just said that. Crocodile should have won. But the show is called One Piece, and without Luffy, there's no One Piece, so,
In their first fight, it's pretty much obvious that Luffy lost here, but after learning about his weakness to water, he would spray some on him and weaken his body, and then proceed to punch Crocodile. So not only is he caught off guard, his durability is lowered, and yet despite this, he beats Luffy anyway. And by the time of round 3 occurring, we see Luffy getting stronger and stronger as their fight progresses, while Crocodile would only be getting weaker. You see, in between the 3 rounds, Luffy at least had a little bit of time to recover, more so from the first to second fight rather than the second to third, just because we see Luffy blatantly being fatigued. But from rounds 1 through 3, Crocodile has not had any rest or any chance to recover his stamina. Now, I will say, because of Luffy's insane power progression past this arc, it makes Crocodile definitely look bad. I'm not disagreeing with that. But we're not going to sit here and say Luffy just negged Crocodile and proceeded to get so much stronger.
Okay, to be fair, Ty, I think your name is Ty. Hi, Ty. My name is Malik. I see my comment before. I mean, my comments before. Wait. I forgot what I was gonna say. Wait. Oh yeah, I don't think anybody says that Crocodile got negged. If people actually do say that, then they might have problems, because I don't know what they were watching, because if you could clearly tell, right, that wasn't the case. So if people are saying that, they might be a little, you know what I mean?
And leave him in the dust. That is not what happened in that fight at all. And it's kind of funny that this fight specifically has put Crocodile stocks like down in the water, but Crocodile clearly would have defeated Luffy if he took him seriously, but the ego he had is what ultimately caused him to lose. And also, to be fair to Luffy, he had 3 whole opportunities to beat him, and he got a lot stronger during their final encounter. I also feel like it makes sense for the story for somebody like Crocodile to lose to someone like Luffy, as Crocodile is a character who is supposed to represent just how terrifying pirates can truly be, and instead of liberating and bringing freedom...
That's what I love about his character. Like, he's so savage. Like, he's selfish. He's for himself, which is what a pirate's supposed to be. And this is one of my complaints with One Piece, right? They're not... Most of them aren't even like pirates. Like, yeah, they take stuff, but pirates are bad people. Okay? These guys in One Piece, they're anti-heroes. They're not even like bad people. Like, think about pirates nowadays, right? They raid boat, big guns, or like small. I'm thinking Somali pirates. They don't have big guns at all, but they don't have good intentions to do. They take the money for themselves, use it for themselves. I guess you could say some people like that, but like they're not. I'm reevaluating real quick. 1 second. Because you steal from somebody, that's a bad act, obviously. But you could be a great person. However, historically, pirates, they stole when they weren't good people. You know what I mean? They're like Vikings. Vikings were not good people at all. So I would say that One Piece, my biggest complaint is that there needs to be more like pirates. If you guys want to, I don't know how to word this properly, because me and my words, it's not the best. So what I mean is like more ruthless pirates, and not like more kind-hearted ones, like the Straw Hats and the Heart Pirates, and even low-key, what's Shanks called? The Red Hair Pirates? I don't know what they're called. You know, that's what I'm trying to get at.
And like Luffy, he wants to control the freedom of others and take what's his. And because of this, it makes sense as to why someone like Luffy would be able to get the jump on Crocodile. Because Crocodile could never even hope to imagine some rubber boy could get in the way of his plan. And what ended up happening? He got cocky and stupid, and that rubber boy proceeded to ruin his plans. Crocodile, with his power, thought he could conquer the world. But as he'd soon come to find out, in order to be strong in this world, you can't simply be a devil fruit merchant. After this point in the story, we'd start...
Devil fruit merchant? I'm not gonna lie. Who with a devil fruit isn't a devil fruit merchant? Because Luffy's a devil fruit merchant. Somebody's like, no, but he mastered hockey. Bro, without his gear forms, this dude is sweeping decks on Alvida's ship. Let's be for real. You could say Whitebeard is not a devil fruit merchant. You know, he's dead. All Logias are devil fruit merchants. You can't even disagree with that. Kaido's definitely devil fruit merchant. You can't lie, because them transformations are what's carrying him. Even though, no, it is. No, 100% is. I was thinking about him committing, like he jumped off like a cliff, not a cliff, but off the clouds. Next to he was next to the rogue dude. I I think that was like his base form, so I'll let that part slide. But he's not like heavy because this hockey is crazy. But you know what I mean. A lot of people know Fruit State rely on it a lot. So
start to see a lot of the previous characters who got power cliffed come back, and Croc is no exception to this. For example, characters like Buggy and Mr. 3, who were unironically sub-Alabasta Luffy, are now aiding Luffy and protecting him despite him having his gears. And in Crocodile's case, not only do we see him, Jinbei, and Luffy being the big dogs leading the escape, but we see Crocodile in the anime specifically reacting to Gear 2 Luffy after he comes out of nowhere to kick him away. As we know, Luffy is many times more powerful than when he was in Alabasta, and so if Crocodile is able to do this, then logically he would have had to gotten multiple times stronger himself. This makes sense considering that kick that Luffy threw at Crocodile didn't even hurt him, and we'd see throughout Marineford, Crocodile at his worst would be saving Luffy from attacks that would definitely kill him.
Wait,
not only
didn't some people say that Vista, or wasn't it Vista the diamond dude, was like, it's not, that's Juzo, that's somebody else. But somebody said that, I think it was either Vista or the J guy was Mihawk level. It was something like that. It happened in Marineford.
Not only does he willingly move in to intercept Mihawk's attacks, the same ones that were going to kill Luffy had he gotten hit, but we see him fighting stronger characters like Jozu and even Doflamingo. Now, by this point, you're going to start really questioning where Crocodile is at, because this man's scaling is just all over the place. So, firstly, he gets blitzed by Gear 2 Luffy. And
Bro, I love Oda's art style. I'm being so honest with you. It's great. Like, looking like this, like, I like how, let me show you guys. Like, the eyes right here, like the shadow. How he uses, like, what are they called? Not scratches, I forgot the terminology for it, but like these lines, I love those.
This man's scaling is just all over the place.
Absolutely.
So firstly, he gets blitzed by Gear 2 Luffy, and then the kick that Luffy seemingly throws at him does no damage. Then we see him intercepting Mihawk and saving Gear 2 Luffy. Then he would proceed to clash with Doflamingo and imply that he is not inferior to him. And then we see him surviving an off-guarded hockey-infused blow by one of the strongest Whitebeard commanders. Yeah. Mind you, every character that I just mentioned that Crocodile had some type of scaling to have their own separate scaling and do not correlate in any way, which is why scaling Crocodile is really annoying, because his feats are just, be like,
oh, he cut a Kainu in half. Oh, that means he's a Kainu level. Yeah, I know some people think like that too, which is crazy. Watch. I watched some people agree with it too in the comments. That'd be
all over the place. For anybody who wants to try and use the Alabasta feats to say that this is an outlier, it is confirmed in Marineford that Crocodile is showing his true power, or is starting to show his true power. So even with the worst of downplay, this confirmed that Croc is definitely stronger in Marineford than he is in Alabasta. And as we know, after the Paramount War, he and Mr. 1 would end up joining with Buggy and Mihawk, forming the strongest alliance known as Cross Guild. Crocodile during this time, as we know, learned Hockey thanks to the recent Viver card statement confirming it, meaning he can interact with Logia users and even predict the future. And we know in One Piece, Hockey in general is a significant multiplier, so if you weren't convinced that Crocodile wasn't strong before or didn't get stronger, well, now this same Crocodile that survived hits from Jozu and was clashing with Dofi without Hockey now has that very same power. Now, due to them specifically mentioning armament and observation, it's confirmed that he isn't a conqueror, but the possibility of him having conquerors is definitely there. Crocodile at the end of the day,
I can see it. In all honesty, I can see him having conquerors. It's nothing like outlandish. I'm surprised at the observation, if anything. I think it should be flipped. But hey, that's just what I think though. Or you have like all of it.
Is someone who has a goal of ruling the pirate world with an iron fist. And if characters like Boa and even Kid are considered conquerors, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility for Croc to one day attain this power himself. Now, if Crocodile hasn't surpassed the previous pre-time skip threats by now, then honestly, he's just going to get farted on by base Luffy the next time they see each other. But I don't think that's likely, and I'm more inclined to say that the next time we see Crocodile, he's probably going to power creep the majority of characters and will be in that high Yonko Commander 1 tier. His scaling to Mihawk, I feel like, isn't all that accurate, as Mihawk in general wasn't taking anyone in Marineford seriously. But if you wanted to say Cross Guild's rep got built up because of these two, and if Croc maybe gets
always
conqueror,
question why, like, I know there's like context to it and then obviously plot, but I always wonder, like, in these fights, what if these characters don't hold back? Like, what would be the outcome of like the entire arc if that's the case? Like, for example, if Mihawk wasn't holding back in Marineford, like, I would want to know what the outcome be. You know what I mean? And same, like, what if Garp didn't, mentally hold himself back from saving Ace? What would have happened? It's stuff like that, which I wish that the creators of this series, as in, like, Oda, and, like, other series as well, like, they make, like, alternate, not timelines, but, I said, like, alternate versions of that one arc, so you can see, like, how it would play out. To see how it would play out, sorry, I'm not thinking, like, glitch. How it would play out in a different scenario. I always wonder, like, okay, so that, because you're always thinking, like, okay, it's going to do this or that, and it will do the option that you aren't thinking. So to see both, or multiple, would be kind of cool. In which I think we need to start doing that, because they would do a service to the fans. That's the word.
Crocodile could actually be a top tier, and maybe the agenda for Crocodile is real. But as of right now, I feel like his level of power is still ambiguous, and I hope Oda can be a little more consistent with his power this time around. Because I'm sorry, I do not know what Oda was cooking with Crocodile on pre-time skip. Regardless of what happens, he will remain as one of my favorite characters within One Piece, and one of the only characters within the series that represents what a pirate is at its true core. But listen, Oda, if Crocodile without Haki is surviving hits from Jozu and clashing with Dofi, please make him strong again, bro. I'm begging you. The next time he comes in, please let him one shot.
Okay, yo, you're pushing the agenda. See, it stems from you, Ty. So you're the one pushing this agenda. Okay, I got you, and I respect it because I love Crocodile too. But first comes Smoker, and then we can start talking. All right, Xanadu Smoker needs to use his fruit in a crazy way. That's like get into your lungs, and he expands just like Ant-Man. He expands while he's inside of you.
Sanji, please!
Oh, it's over. Alright. Well, that concludes this. Shout out to Tyler for this video. I think it's great. I forgot to do this. I got you, bro. Alright, with that being said, I think this video was 10 out of 10. Did he break the scaling? I don't think he really answered that question. So did we get clickbaited? Yes. 7 out of 10 clickbait. Let me guys know your favorite character from Marineford. For me, like I said, it was Smoker. I think everybody knows that, right? Luffy should have died. Luffy should have died in Alabasta, but he didn't die. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. If you subscribe, like the video, I'll catch you guys next. I just said that. It's late. I just got home from school. All right, bye. Yeah.